Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
We'll start in with the latest information on Tropical Storm Claudette, and the very first thing I'd like to do is to assure you folks along the East Coast that I don't think you're going to have to worry about this at all. It's moving just about straight toward the north. We expect it within the next 12 hours or so to begin to turn more toward the east, and it's not getting any stronger than it was. The top wind's still 45 miles an hour. It's been moving toward the north at about 8 miles an hour, just a tiny little bit to the east to due north, and by tomorrow we expect to see it take an abrupt turn to the east. And along the North Carolina coast, the Virginia Capes, the weather really couldn't be much nicer than it is today. Here we look at the satellite picture, and we've watched this carefully all day. We've had reconnaissance aircraft in and out of there, and no sign of any intensification. It just does not look as if we're going to have any. These few thin clouds you see streaming toward the North Carolina.
3 west. That puts the center about 190 miles east-southeast of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. The winds with Claudette still at 45 miles per hour. We have not seen an increase in the wind speed. It's moving northward at 8 miles per hour, and we eventually think it will turn more in a northeasterly or easterly direction. But here's our satellite view. You can see it right here. Not nearly as impressive on our satellite view as we saw earlier today. Much of the deep convection is diminishing somewhat, at least for right now. We'll have to wait and see if it increases as we head through time. But again, as for right now, we have seen a bit of a decrease. We'll have to watch it pretty closely. But again, not quite as impressive as we saw earlier. It continues again to move off to the north at 8 miles per hour. Maximum sustained winds with Claudette are 45 miles per hour. A look at the water vapor. Well, what we're expecting is that as a trough pushes eastward, that's going to, we think, tend to steer it more off towards the east or the northeast. So that indeed will be good news if that indeed does occur. We'll have to keep a close eye on it, and again, we'll keep you updated here at the Weather Channel. Stay tuned for the very latest. We also see a bit of cloud cover here in the Gulf of Mexico. That's associated with a mid to upper level trough. We'll watch this for any development. As for right now, again, not impressing us much tropically speaking, but we will watch it, and certainly bears watching, and if any development occurs, we'll let you know here at the Weather Channel. As we head on out through the Atlantic, we continue to watch the activity here, and we'll continue to watch our waves moving off of the western coast of Africa, and we'll let you know if any of these show any signs of developing. Our water temperatures over the Atlantic tending to be a little above normal at this time of year, and those tropical systems need that warm water.
Weather Channel. No place on Earth has better weather.
Well, it's time now to take a look at our tropical update. The very latest in the Pacific and the Atlantic, starting out with the Atlantic and our tropical storm. Tropical Storm Claudette, now centered at 35.5 north, 72 west. That puts the center about 200 miles east of Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Now, the winds have diminished somewhat in our latest report at 11 o'clock. The winds are down now from 45 miles per hour to 40 miles per hour. So we have seen a bit of a weakening trend with our tropical storm. It's moving to the north-northeast at 9 miles per hour, pressure 1,005 millibars. Well, here's the satellite view, and here is Tropical Storm Claudette. Not terribly impressive on our satellite view, not nearly as impressive as we saw earlier, not much deep convection, not looking terribly well organized. It's in an area where the waters aren't especially warm, and of course tropical systems need very warm water to gain their strength and maintain their strength. However, it is forecast to move into an area where the water will be a little warmer. It is forecast to take a more northeasterly turn as we head into the next day or so, and if it does move into warmer waters, there is the potential that we may see a bit of fluctuation in the strength of our tropical storm. We'll keep an eye on it and let you know what's going on. A look at our water vapor. What we are expecting with our tropical storm, you can make it out right there on our water vapor imagery, is that as a trough pushes eastward,